In today's world, ethical dilemmas are more complex than ever. Whether it's political decisions, business practices, or personal choices, the lines between right and wrong often blur, leaving us to navigate a maze of moral and ethical questions. One philosopher who offers an unsettlingly pragmatic approach to these questions is Niccolò Machiavelli. His name has become synonymous with political cunning, ruthless ambition, and the cold logic of Realpolitik. Yet, his views on ethics and morality extend far beyond the realm of politics and resonate with many of the ethical dilemmas we face today. What makes Machiavelli so controversial, and perhaps so relevant, is his stark distinction between morality and ethics. To Machiavelli, traditional morality, the pursuit of absolute virtuous ideals, was often impractical and even detrimental in the real world. Instead, he proposed an ethical framework focused on what works in practice, regardless of the conventional moral code. But how does this apply to the complex challenges we face today in our own lives, businesses, and governments? Welcome to the Unfolding Journey YouTube channel, where we explore the wisdom of history's greatest thinkers and apply their timeless teachings to the world we live in today. In today's video, we'll delve into Machiavelli's views on ethics and morality, comparing his ideas with the ethical dilemmas we encounter in the modern world. So, let's take a journey into Machiavelli's controversial philosophy and discover how his views on ethics versus morality can shed light on today's tough choices. To understand Machiavelli's views, we first need to understand the distinction he made between morality and ethics. In traditional terms, morality refers to a set of universal principles, often dictated by religion, culture, or societal norms, that distinguish right from wrong. Morality is concerned with following high ideals and virtues, such as honesty, integrity, fairness, and justice. It's about adhering to a code of conduct regardless of the circumstances. Ethics, on the other hand, is more fluid and pragmatic. Machiavelli viewed ethics as a practical discipline, grounded in the real-world context of human nature and the unpredictable forces at play in society. For Machiavelli, ethics was about doing what was necessary to achieve the desired outcomes, particularly in the realm of politics. Unlike morality, which can be idealistic and rigid, ethics is about being adaptive, strategic, and effective in the face of adversity. This distinction is crucial for understanding Machiavelli's philosophy. In his view, while morality represents ideals to aspire to, ethics is the art of making difficult decisions based on the realities of power, survival, and human nature. In his famous work, The Prince, Machiavelli offers advice to rulers, teaching them how to maintain power and navigate the complexities of leadership. One of the key themes in The Prince is the idea that rulers should not be bound by traditional moral principles when making decisions. Instead, they must use whatever means necessary to secure their position and achieve the stability and success of the state. In essence, Machiavelli argues that the ends justify the means. This pragmatic approach often conflicts with traditional moral concepts. For example, while morality may dictate that lying, deceiving, or betraying others is wrong, Machiavelli suggests that such actions may be necessary for a ruler to maintain power and protect the state. If a ruler must deceive allies or use force to ensure peace and prosperity, Machiavelli would argue that these actions are ethically justified because they serve the greater good of the nation. This view is where Machiavelli's concept of virtù becomes important. Virtù refers to a ruler's ability to adapt to changing circumstances and shape their own destiny. It's about seizing opportunities and acting decisively. A leader with virtù doesn't hesitate when it comes to making morally ambiguous decisions if those decisions contribute to the stability and prosperity of the state. However, fortuna, or luck, also plays a key role in Machiavelli's philosophy. A successful ruler must be able to take advantage of the opportunities that fortune presents, but they must also be prepared to deal with the unpredictability of life. When fortuna works in their favor, the ruler must act swiftly and decisively, even if their actions are morally questionable. So, how does Machiavelli's philosophy on ethics versus morality apply to the ethical dilemmas we face today? The distinction between ethics and morality is still highly relevant in areas such as politics, business, and personal decision-making. Let's explore how we can apply Machiavelli's ideas to some of the modern ethical challenges we encounter. Politics and governance. In the modern political landscape, leaders are frequently faced with decisions that involve trade-offs between ethical ideals and the practical needs of governance. For example, should a government spy on its citizens in the name of national security? Should it engage in covert operations to protect its interests, even if it means violating international law? Machiavelli's philosophy would suggest that, in such cases, ethics, defined as doing what is necessary to achieve the desired outcomes, may justify actions that are immoral by conventional standards. If these actions serve the greater good, such as protecting national security or maintaining the stability of the state, Machiavelli would argue that they are ethically acceptable. Take the example of surveillance programs by governments to combat terrorism. While such actions may be viewed as an invasion of privacy and an ethical breach of trust, Machiavelli would likely argue that protecting citizens and maintaining order may justify these actions. In Machiavelli's view, the ends, the safety and security of the state, can justify the means, even if those means involve questionable ethics. Business ethics. In the world of business, leaders often face ethical dilemmas where the need for profitability conflicts with moral considerations. Should a company engage in aggressive marketing tactics that mislead consumers, or cut costs by exploiting labor in developing countries to maximize profits? From a Machiavellian perspective, business leaders should focus on the long-term success and survival of the company, even if that means using tactics that would traditionally be seen as unethical. If such strategies secure a company's place in the market, Machiavelli might argue that the ends, success, growth, and financial stability justify the means. However, this raises an important question. How far can business leaders go in justifying unethical behavior in the name of profit? Machiavelli's ideas challenge us to consider how ethical frameworks shift when the survival of an entity is at stake. In today's corporate world, many companies have been criticized for exploiting workers, cutting corners on safety, or engaging in environmentally harmful practices in pursuit of greater profit. Is it ethical to compromise moral values for the sake of corporate success? Personal ethics and social justice. On a personal level, Machiavelli's ideas also have applications in the realm of social justice and activism. Activists often face moral dilemmas about whether to engage in civil disobedience, break laws, or even use violence to achieve their goals. For instance, is it ethical to break the law and protest against an unjust government policy? Is it justifiable to engage in violent resistance against an oppressive regime? Machiavelli's framework would suggest that, if the cause is just and the desired outcome benefits the greater good, then ethically questionable actions may be justified. This is a similar argument made by many activists and revolutionaries throughout history, who believe that moral ideals like justice and equality could justify actions that violate the established social order. For example, during the civil rights movement in the United States, activists like Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X had to navigate ethical questions about how to achieve justice. King advocated for non-violent civil disobedience, while others believed more radical, even violent, tactics were necessary to force change. Both approaches, though morally divergent, were motivated by the same goal: the advancement of social justice. Machiavelli's philosophy on ethics and morality provides a framework for understanding how we navigate difficult decisions in an unpredictable world. While traditional morality offers us a set of ideals to follow, Machiavelli's ethics teaches us that we must often make tough decisions based on the realities of power, survival, and human nature. In a world where outcomes often matter more than ideals, Machiavelli's thinking challenges us to consider the balance between ethical pragmatism and moral principles. Whether in politics, business, or personal life, the application of Machiavelli's ideas forces us to confront difficult questions about the trade-offs between the greater good and individual rights, between the necessity of action and the cost of morality. While his philosophy may seem cold or ruthless, it provides an essential lens for understanding the complexities of modern life. If you've enjoyed exploring Machiavelli's views on ethics and morality, be sure to subscribe to the Unfolding Journey YouTube channel. Here, we dive deep into the ideas of great thinkers throughout history and apply their wisdom to today's challenges. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of our future videos. Let's continue this exploration of timeless ideas, one video at a time.